On this channel, I shared real stories of ordinary people. People who struggled silently and slowly rebuilt themselves through real change.
This was one of those stories. I wish you were more like your brother. That sentence didn't just hurt me once. It followed me at the dinner table, in the car, at family gatherings, everywhere. I was 18, living in a normal American suburban house, the kind with a white fence, a basketball hoop in the driveway, and neighbors who waved every morning. From the outside, everything looked perfect. Inside, I was slowly disappearing. My younger brother Ethan was 17, and somehow, he was everything I wasn't. Straight A student, captain of the soccer team, confident, disciplined, focused. Teachers praised him, relatives admired him, even my parents trusted him more. And me, I was the comparison. Ethan already finished his college applications. Ethan manages his time so well. Ethan doesn't waste hours like you do. At first I tried to ignore it. I told myself, they just want me to improve. It's not a big deal. But repetition changes things. What starts as advice slowly becomes identity, and mine became clear. I was the lesser one. That was the rising action. Not one big moment, but hundreds of small ones, building pressure every single day. I started noticing everything. If I did something right, it was normal, expected. If Ethan did the same thing, it was celebrated. If I made a mistake, it was questioned. If Ethan made a mistake, it was understood. It felt unfair, but worse than that, it felt exhausting. Because no matter what I did, I was always behind. The real conflict started when I stopped trying. Not suddenly, not dramatically, just slowly. I started skipping assignments, telling myself, what's the point? I spent more time alone, more time on my phone, more time avoiding everything. Because every effort felt pointless, every improvement felt invisible. And the more I gave up, the more the comparisons increased. See? This is why we say learn from Ethan. That sentence hit differently, because now it wasn't just comparison, it was proof that I wasn't enough. One night, we were sitting at dinner. My dad looked at me and said, "You need to figure your life out." Then he looked at Ethan and added, "Be more like him." Something inside me snapped. Not anger, not shouting, just silence. I put my fork down, walked to my room, closed the door, and sat there, staring at nothing. That was the lowest point. I wasn't thinking about Ethan anymore. I was thinking about myself. Who am I? If I'm not being compared, I didn't have an answer, because for years, my identity was built around being second. That night, I didn't make a big decision. I didn't promise to change everything. I just realized one thing. If I kept living like this, I would lose myself completely. That was the beginning of my first comeback. The next day, I did something small. I made my bed. That's it. No big goals, no speeches, just one action. It felt stupid, pointless even, but I did it again the next day, and the next. Then I added something else. 1 hour of focused study. No phone, no distractions, just 1 hour. At first it was hard. My mind kept drifting. I felt restless, but I didn't quit, because this time, I wasn't trying to impress anyone. I was trying to prove something to myself. That was my first comeback. Quiet, invisible, but real. Weeks passed. Nothing changed outside. My parents still compared. Ethan still performed. But inside, something was shifting. I felt more in control, more stable, less reactive. But then, the second conflict came. Ethan got into a top college. The house was filled with excitement, calls, messages, celebration. Everyone was proud. And then, the comparisons came back. See what hard work does? You should learn from this. For a moment, everything I built started shaking. That old voice came back. You'll never reach that. You're still behind. I went back to my room that night, feeling like I was back at zero. This was the moment where I used to quit. But something was different now. I didn't argue with the voice. I ignored it. And the next morning, I got up, did my routine, continued. That was my second comeback. Not emotional, not dramatic, just consistent. And that changed everything. Slowly, people started noticing, not my results, my behavior. I stopped reacting to comparisons, stopped arguing, stopped explaining. I just did my work. My mom asked one day, "Why are you so quiet these days?" I didn't answer, because I knew this wasn't about talking anymore, it was about becoming. The rising action after that was steady. My grades improved, my habits became stronger, my confidence returned. Not loudly, but clearly, even Ethan noticed. One evening he said, "You've changed," not in a competitive way, in a respectful way. That moment felt different, because for the first time, I wasn't being compared, I was being seen. The payoff came unexpectedly. At dinner, my dad said something, not a comparison, not advice, just this: "I'm proud of you." It wasn't loud, it wasn't dramatic, but it was real. And for the first time, it didn't feel like I was second. Looking back now, I realized something. Comparison didn't just hurt me. It erased me, it made me forget who I was, what I wanted, what I could become. But the moment I stopped competing and started building myself, everything changed. I wasn't trying to beat Ethan anymore. I was trying to build me. I was an 18-year-old who felt invisible, who felt not enough, who slowly gave up. But I became someone else. Someone who didn't need validation. Someone who didn't need comparison. Someone who had his own path. If I had to explain what changed everything, it came down to 3 things. First, I stopped comparing completely. Second, I focused on small, consistent actions. And third, I built my identity through discipline, not opinions, not expectations, actions. Today, I'm not better than Ethan, and I don't need to be, because I'm no longer competing. I'm growing. And maybe that's what real success looks like. Not becoming someone else, but finally becoming yourself.